Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. I'm GetGoodGuy, and today I want to talk to you about the sweet spot issue in Battlefield 1 and also the broader subjects of aiming and gun balance across different platforms. Those platforms obviously being console and PC. This is because these two platforms have entirely different functional controls which can have very different levels of impact upon in-game tools and mechanics. One of the tools most heavily impacted are snipers and weapons with one-shot kill potential in general. The ability to place your cursor on a player with the speed that a mouse allows absolutely transforms the gameplay you can see from someone using a sniper in a first-person shooter. You've so far been watching me play as a scout on console. Now, I've got to a pretty good level of sniping ability on this platform, and I'm sure many of you have seen even better snipers on console too. For example, One Rusty Machine, before he transitioned over to Fortnite, was an excellent console sniper, but it still always looked like someone playing on console. Now, think of whenever you've seen someone like Stodde, Ravik or Fabian Chills. They're fantastic PC snipers and the gameplay is entirely different. Snapping to target, rarely over or under aiming, getting shots off in a split second, etc, etc. As an example exercise, if you have a PC mouse in your house, put just the tip of your right thumb on it. Now try to quickly place the cursor on a specific thing on your monitor. Once you've done that, try it with your whole hand as you normally would use a mouse. I'm willing to bet it's an entirely different result. The hand is much more precise and much faster. If you still want to debate the issue though, try playing with some form of variation of the thumb technique on Battlefield 1 and then see how difficult it is. It is important to state now though that PC gameplay will punish the much less able player using a sniper, as everyone else running around with SMGs etc will be using a mouse as well. So while those enemy players can't gain as much of a benefit from a rapid high damage shot, they can still acquire the target just as quickly and take the sniper down if the sniper misses. But that's a different topic for a different day. With those two contrasting gameplay possibilities for console and PC now in mind, consider the sweet spot mechanic. If you aren't sure what this is, it's the range at which certain scout weapons can hit for a one-shot kill to the chest on an enemy. Whether this should be in Battlefield 1 and also whether it should be included in the next Battlefield release are two topics that are debated regularly, but I feel confident in saying that it's almost entirely debated by the PC community now. I almost never hear anyone on console complain about it, and I don't think I've ever felt like the sweet spot is particularly cheap on console, whether I'm using it or playing against it. That is, I've never complained about the mechanic itself, but I have complained about it being paired with another mechanic, that being the incredibly strong auto-rotation that used to be on infantry scout weapons on console. This was a huge problem. Using an infantry scout rifle on console before the auto-rotation patch was incredibly easy. It allowed players to literally lock onto the target if they aim near enough to them, but not only that, it would snap to center mass, so it was ridiculously simple to acquire the target, instantly fire, and often pick up the kill with no real effort involved. I feel like this has given me an insight into why the sweet spot is so often bemoaned on PC. With it being easier to hit the target on PC, if you're good enough, and do it extremely quickly, the sweet spot suddenly seems like an unneeded boost to sniping ability. If you can aim for the head with a mouse that much more easily, then perhaps it should be headshots only for a one-shot kill. I think there's also this argument coming from some fantastic snipers on PC. They'd be happy to see the mechanic go, as they feel it's unnecessary, and that it's rewarding lesser skilled snipers with essentially equal lethality, which minimises the skill gap. But if you take away the sweet spot on console, I feel like it heavily punishes snipers. The increased difficulty of aiming using thumbsticks really rams home the advantage of using an automatic or semi-automatic weapon. With it being more difficult to aim, having more room for error is huge. How often do you see a sniper on console running around and taking people on at close and medium range? Almost never. On PC, a lot more. I'm not saying it's easy on PC, of course not. That's why we watch these great players, but it's certainly a lot easier. And this reality on console is even with the sweet spot in effect. Even with close range ones such as the Arisaka and the Martini Henry. What I'm putting across is that the issue isn't quite as clear cut as many might expect. This is all just my opinion of course, but I don't see the sweet spot issue being all that big a deal on console now that auto-rotation has been changed on infantry variants. Unfortunately, I think it's another case of a game needing different balancing across different platforms. At the minute, we've got a scenario where it's maybe too easy on one so that the other one can be balanced, but if you reverse it, it's going to be too hard on one so that the other one can be balanced. So perhaps DICE have gone for the lesser of two evils. I don't know, it's just how I see it, and I don't know how you'd fix it other than literally balancing the two versions of the game differently. PC. It's also why there have been complaints on PC about the Automatico, and why some now feel the Annihilator is kinda ridiculous as well. The hipfire is just so much easier to control on one platform than on the other. But as I stated, this is all just my opinion. What do you think? Do you like the sweet spot mechanic on your platform, and would you rather have the game be balanced differently on console and PC? Let me know in the comment section below. Now let's go over to the Board of Awesome for the fantastic people who allow you to get content from me full time by supporting the channel on Patreon. Without that support, I simply couldn't do this every day. So thanks to everyone on here. If you want to join them on the Board of Awesome, the link to the Patreon page is in the description and my pinned comment. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos, and feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I'm GetGoodGuy, and I'll see you next time. Laters.